Hey guys, so today we're going to be breaking down the ZENKAI for LF Purple Perfect Cell. From what we saw on the social media posts, just the very little amount of information they put on the social media post, it seems like they know what to do for this guy. So I'm actually pretty optimistic here going into this. We also do have the free-to-play Piccolo and then potentially some equipment. I'm not sure if there are any, but we'll see. So we'll start with Cell. This is obviously what most people are going to be wanting to see here. I do have his old kit pulled up in a separate window, so we can go ahead and check out what he's going to do here. Stats, let's see. Yeah, pretty good. So he's going to be over 292 strike without the arts boost, which is very good. Looks like he'll be, what is that, like high 270s to blast, which, I mean, it's not the greatest, but it's more of a strike character anyway. And then defenses, he is going to be over 190 to both. So stats seem pretty good. I would have liked maybe a little bit more blast attack because I think, I don't know, like a lot of his teams I feel like are kind of mixed. Not fully strike or blast, but like you can do either build. So it would have been nice if he had like more of a mixed spread here, but this is still fine. Cell, of course, is always on a ton of different teams. Android, Future, Regen, and Powerful Opponent, like 4 actual teams. So that is very, very good. Strike is normal. Blast is normal. No blast armor is definitely going to hurt. I mean, they're not going to give ZENKAI characters that didn't have blast armor before they ZENKAI blast armor, but that just is something to keep in mind these days. Not having blast armor is pretty detrimental in a lot of instances. All right, his blue card, I don't really expect him to do a ton here. His blue card is actually already pretty strong. Let's see. Deals massive impact damage. Okay, 50%. Okay, so they actually buffed this from 40%. 50% to special move damage is pretty good. Seals one enemy card slot randomly. This is on activation for 10 counts. Okay, that's new. That wasn't on there before. Okay, I'll take that. Just a free seal on this for 10 counts. Sure. Now, the green card, this is where they mentioned in the social media post they were going to change the Vanish Restoration, and I believe it was the Unique Gauge Charge, to on activation instead of on hit, which is huge. This is actually one of the points I was going to make going into this breakdown video, is him getting, because he used to get 70% Vanish and 30% Unique Gauge Charge rate on hit, but 70% Vanish on activation, that's tag Blue Goku and Vegeta, the purple one. That's the Goku side's blue card effect, which is really strong. So let's see. Yeah, here we go. Look at this. Applies the following effects to self upon activation: 40 key, 70% vanish. By the way, that 40 key is new. That's yeah, that wasn't on there before. 70% vanish, 30% unique gauge charged, not charge rate, but charges unique gauge by 30%. And then 15% of damage inflicted for 20 counts. That's the same. Following effects occur on hit. Reduce enemy key by 70. That's the same. And then everything else here I think is new. Oh, more sealing. Seals enemy strikes and blast arts for 4 counts. Inflicts all enemies with 3 sub counts. Huh. Okay. Yeah, this is now all of a sudden. This has gone from being like a pretty mid green card to being pretty good. This is actually a really good green card. 70% vanish upon activation means you can just wait for the opponent to jump in melee range, press the green, get your full vanish back, and the opponent can't like immediately punish you for missing. So really, really good change here. The ultimate, let's see what they changed for this. Supreme damage, 30% ultimate damage for 3 counts, nullifies endurance. Okay, so the only thing they changed in here is they gave this in cancels buff effects, which could actually be pretty good because this could potentially cancel a green character's type neutral. Actually, that's pretty good. Actually, it's actually a really, I didn't think they would change this at all, but yeah. So if you're going against someone like Tech, yeah, Green Vegito Blue. Remember, Green Vegito Blue gets type neutral upon entry. I think it's for 5 counts, so you can just now remove that. So pretty good. Let's see, main ability. Let's see what they changed here. Let me just scroll up so I can reference the old one. Okay, 30% health, 50 key. That goes up from 30 key. 50% to sustain damage cut penetration for 20 counts is the same. All enemies get inflicted by 80% minus health restoration for 40 counts. That's the same. Okay, so the only thing they changed on here is increasing the key from 30 to 50, which that's fine. I didn't really think they were going to do much here anyway. All right. Z ability is solid. It's not anything too crazy. It's kind of just what you would expect from like a normal summonable character, not even an LF character these days, because this guy's pretty old. Zenkai ability, I think powerful opponent is what we want to see. But interestingly enough, regen actually has like no... I'm pretty sure there actually are no purple regen Zenkai buffers, right? Purple Janemba is powerful opponent. Android 21 is androids. And then who else is there for purple regen? Like purple regen actually has like very limited buffs. So let's see. It is purple powerful opponent. Okay, I think that's a good one because most of the time regen units are just going to be on powerful opponent anyway. This is the best case scenario, I think, because it's the most, it's the biggest, widest of these tags. So him doing this is good. And also because he doesn't Z ability buff future, but a lot of the characters you're going to want to, I guess, Zenkai buff with this character are also on future, like the new purple 17 is on there. So this is good. Purple powerful opponent I think is a good choice. All right. So wow, they actually buffed this. 50% damage inflicted against tag hybrid Saiyans or Saiyans. That used to be 20%. Oh, I see what they did. Okay, so hold on. Here's what the old buff used to be. It was 30% to just hybrids, and then it was 20% to hybrids or Saiyans. So it was 20% extra damage versus Saiyans, and then if you were a hybrid Saiyan, it was 50% extra damage. Now, 50% damage against hybrid Saiyans or Saiyans, and then 20% to damage inflicted against all characters besides hybrid Saiyans or Saiyans. So 50% increased damage to hybrid Saiyans and Saiyans, and then 20% to everything else, I guess. It's interesting. Falling effects occur when battle starts. 100% damage goes up from 80%. Reduced damage received by 55% from 40%. So remember, this guy does get damage reduction from filling up his unique gauge. So this 55% may look pretty bad, but he gets more damage reduction later. 60% to key recovery is new. We didn't have any of that. Arts card draw speed is the same. -3 to arts cost is the same. Falling effects occur every time when faced with an enemy. It gets 30 ki, that's the same. 10% damage, 15 counts, the same. Okay, here's a big one. He goes type neutral defensively for 3 counts. That's really good. This is obviously really strong yellows right now. Him having this is very good. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade plus 15 to special move and special arts costs. That's the same. Applies the following effects to enemy. Oh yeah, he has an anti-revive mechanic. Not really too impactful right now. We'll see if they add revival characters. At this point, because we have like Succession, because we have things like Indestructible, we have Comeback, I don't really know how often they're going to be giving us revival characters, so I'm not sure how well this mechanic's going to age, but this is actually like a really strong anti-revive mechanic. -4 Dragon Balls, -100 ki, and then -150% key recovery. Essentially what happens is you pop someone's revive with this character and they can't do anything for like 5 counts. They're just completely helpless, essentially. It's almost like a mini version of Turtles' Comeback, kind of. But yeah. Following effects occur every time the enemy uses a special or special move arts while this character's on the battlefield. This is a new ability here. Restores own health by 10%. Nullifies own affair by own. Oh, wow. Okay. More type neutral defensively. Reduce enemy key by 20. Seals all enemies' main abilities. Interesting. Reducing enemy key by 20 when the enemy uses a green is pretty interesting, actually. And then sealing mains, too. Huh. Okay. I mean, the fact that they just gave him that is pretty... They usually don't do this. For Zenkai characters, they usually don't give them just like brand new mechanics in their existing unique abilities. Usually they just do that in the new unique abilities. Huh. Okay. Well, we'll move on to the next one here. All right, the ultimate supreme life form. Yeah, he just is immune to paralysis, which is of course very nice. Falling effects occur when changing cover. Hold on, let me just... Make sure I have this pulled up here. 10% to unique gauge charge rate for 20 counts. That's new. Destroys 1 card, reduces Dragon Balls by 1. That's really strong. Those are both the same. Cover change against a blast card is actually really good right now because there's very, very limited characters that have blast cover changes. Combo with the green or blue card, which is the same. Charges on unique gauge according to key charge time while this character is on the battlefield. Following effects occur once unique gauge is full activated. Wow, they added a lot to this. What the heck, dude? Look how, what? They added so much to this. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Restores health by 40%. That goes up from 20%. Restores on vanishing gauge by 100%. That goes up from 0. He didn't have that. That's new. How much do I like that? 100% vanishing gauge. I mean, it could be good, but I mean, you're comparing this to like Ultra Blue Kaioken Goku's gauge. His gauge fills up so fast, and you can probably way more reliably get that timing down in a spot where you would actually benefit from it, as opposed to this cell. Right, this cell's unique gauge is something you fill up one time, and it's just permanently full. I mean, it's good that he has it, but I wouldn't really say it's like anything insane. 50% damage inflicted, that's the same. 50% ultimate damage inflicted, that's the same. Reduced damage received by 15%, that's the same. So he has 55% and then 15. Okay, that makes sense. Increases arts card draw speed level by 1. Arts card draw speed by 1 level for 5 counts. Okay, that's new. But this is, you know, this is his level 2 card draw speed condition, but it's for 5 counts in total. It's obviously not like a very good double card draw speed condition, but we'll see. Maybe he gets card draw speed somewhere else too. -3 to own arts cost, that's the same. Nullifies own unfavorable element factors for 3 counts. Okay. Applies buff effect, cover null for 10 counts. Nullifies enemies destroy card effects for 5 counts. 20% to damage inflicted by allies other than this character he's supporting when the gauge is full. Okay, sure. This is... So he fills the gauge up, and then he's getting all these buffs for like 5 or 3 counts. Type neutral for 3 counts, card draw, or card destruction effects immunity, and an extra card draw speed level for... But remember, this is only once per fight. Huh. Okay. Alright, let's see what his new unique abilities look like. Final moments of the Cell games. Following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. Draws a card. Okay, that's good. 40% damage. Okay. 10% to unique gauge charge rate for 20 counts. Remember, his unique equipment gives him 30% of his unique gauge filled up right away. Reduce enemies key by 20. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade 30% to blue card ultimate power for 10 counts. Also applies the following effects to self if unique gauge is full. Yeah, there's extra card draw speed. Oh, yeah, no, this... I was actually going to exactly comment this. My comment was going to be, those things should activate every time he enters the battlefield if he has a full unique gauge. Okay, that's exactly what they did. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Card draw speed, unfavorable element factor nullification, cover null for 10 counts, and then destroy card effect. Yeah, this is okay. And then he's also healing himself. Gradually restores health each timer count. All right, let's check what his last unique ability is here. Despair-inducing revival show. Following effects occur when an enemy performs a cover change while this character is on the battlefield. Randomly draws at most 2 new cards when you have 3 or fewer cards. Restores key by 20. Cancels attribute downgrades. Cancels attribute downgrades. Reduce enemies key by 50. Okay, so that's obviously meant to be when you're receiving a combo. Dude, that's gonna... I'm telling you guys right now. Oh, no. That's... No, sorry. This is when the enemy does a cover change. Reduces enemy key by 50. So, I guess... the way that would be useful is... you make the enemy cover change when the enemy doesn't have 100 key. And then you lower their key below 50 so they can't use like a blue or something. I don't know how useful that is. Okay, I was thinking maybe that could work when you're getting comboed and the enemy switches out and they get minus 50 key. That would be crazy. Applies the following effects to self upon landing a strike or a blast arts hit. Restores health by 3%, -4 to special move arts cost for 10 counts. Drawing 2 cards there, I think, is really strong, because when you fill the unique gauge up and you have card destruction immunity, type neutral, multiple levels of card draw speed, like, the enemy's probably in a lot of cases going to have no choice but to just switch characters. Let's see how much damage does he have in total. So he's got, should we just assume we're going up against the Hybrid Saiyan? 50% here. That's 150 from that. We'll say 160 because he's going to be entering the battlefield. Okay. 50% here, that's 210. 40% here, that's 250. So he's going to be around 250% damage inflicted. He's got easy type neutral. Pretty easy double card draw speed. I mean, it's only for, what, 5 counts upon entry but when he has a full unique gauge, but that's still pretty good. His blue card seems like it's going to be hitting pretty hard. He gets the sustained damage cut penetration for main ability. Ultimate is going to be hitting pretty hard, and the green card seems very strong, and he's now supporting too with the full unique gauge. I feel like he seems pretty good. My only concern with him is going to be on the defensive end. He doesn't have a disrupt at half HP. He does have ways to go type neutral, but it's very, very short. I think it's, what, 5 counts upon entry. Dragon Ball Destruction is pretty strong. He's not lowering power against, like, normal arts cards. It's only against blues and what is it? Blues and ultimates? Where was the power down? Might have been lower here. Yeah, special move, ultimate, awaken, power down, which is good, but I feel like he might take a lot of damage, right? No second life mechanic, no disrupt. We'll see, but I think he seems like a solid unit. He seems like he'll be pretty good, doing a lot of damage, really good amount of Zenkai buffers. He has a very strong set of equipment. Teams are pretty solid. I think Future is really good with him. I think Powerful Opponent should be pretty good too. Androids right now is not the greatest, but you can kind of make it work. And then Regen's at this point is kind of just like a worse version of Powerful Opponent. But yeah, he seems pretty good. I think they did identify the areas where he needed to be adjusted, and they actually did make, like, the correct adjustments for him. So I think design wise, he seems very, very good. So I'm actually pretty happy with how they did this. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the free-to-play Piccolo next. Looks like he is a yellow defense type. All right, this is obviously Piccolo once he encounters First Form Cell. Kind of disappointed they used such good art on a free unit. They also used the light grenade pose that he does against 17 for the Legends Road Piccolo. They just love using all the best Piccolo poses for free characters, I guess. All right, let's see. So he's a defense type. It's a lot of strike. Okay. Do you guys think his blast is good? He's got like 220,000 blasts. That is actually terrible. But strike is okay. Defenses are obviously very strong. So he's got pretty good defenses here. I wonder, are they just going to make this guy like a Garlic Jr. style character where he does like 0 damage, but he has like ridiculous defenses? 2 strikes and then regen. And that's it. Merging Super Warrior Namekian event exclusive, and then this is like a temporary tag, right, for the event that's up right now. He has, yeah, essentially he's got 6 tags, but only 1 is like a real team here. Strike, which gives 3% HP. Okay. Normal blast, blue card, Hellzone Grenade. Oh god, you know why I'm not a big fan of this is because this is a projectile blue. I mean, we'll see. I honestly don't even think they should make these anymore. It's just kind of like an outdated mechanic. You can kind of like do funky stuff with projectiles, like drop combo into making your opponent vanish and stuff, but Massive explode damage, applies the following effects self upon activation. 80% to the next quick attack damage inflicted. Okay, I don't think that matters. 30% to special move damage inflicted. If special move arts is enhanced. Okay, he has one of these enhanced things. 30% to damage inflicted. 30% special move damage inflicted for 3 counts. Okay, so that's a lot of damage. He's getting 30% here, 30% here, and 30% here. Reduce enemies' Dragon Balls by 1 on hit. Interesting. The green card is a stop time, it looks like. Draws a strike card next. 40 key. Cover and all for 10 counts. Minus 30% to key recovery for all enemies. And then all enemies get +3 to sub counts. Oh, but that's the attribute downgrade. Yeah, the attribute downgrade version is not that great. Seems alright. Covered all is nice, of course, for a free character. It's a long main ability. Draws a special move, so he draws a blue card, 30% HP, 50 keyback. Destroy card effect nullification. Dude, every character is getting this now. Every character is getting immunity to card destruction. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade plus 20% damage received. If main ability is enhanced, 20% damage for 20 counts, 20% to critical damage. Critical damage is pretty rare. Okay. Let's go back here. 33% to regen, event exclusive, or Cell Saga. Strike, attack, and defense. Alright, 100% damage, 20% strike damage, 70% reduced damage received, 50% to key recovery, no card draw speed. Applies the following effect self if there is a tag regen, event exclusive, or Cell Saga battle member. 20% damage inflicted, applies attribute upgrade, shortens sub counts by 2. Okay, sure. Does he have endurance? Following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield, restores own key by 30, 70% damage, 50% to the next strike arts damage. It's actually a lot. 50%? That's pretty good, actually. The arts damage inflicted, I guess mechanic, is strong. And 50% is high for that. Reduce enemy key by 30. All enemies get minus 50% to strike and blast arts power. Yeah, that's a good one. And then minus 20% to special move, ultimate, and awaken power. Applies the following effect self every time this character uses a strike arts card. 5 key and 20% damage inflicted. Following effects occur when this character is switched to standby. Oh, drawing a card is pretty good. 5% health. Oh, he's healing his team. He's healing regen, Cell Saga, and event exclusive. 20% of damage inflicted by allied tag, regen, event exclusive, or episode cell. So he's supporting too. He's drawing a card, healing them, and giving damage. Yeah, it's solid. Following effects occur every time when hit with an enemy's arts attack while this character is on the battlefield. 3% healing. Reduces impact, explode, and slice damage received by 10%. Okay, that's, gonna activate once and it resets. Reduces enemy key by 5. Sure. Following effects occur if own remaining health is 50% or below. Okay, he has a disrupt. Randomly destroys one of your own cards and draws a special move arts card next. Restores own health by 30%, 40% damage inflicted. Okay, so he's actually getting permanent damage from this. And then this is how he enhances his abilities, is by getting below 50%. Okay, so it kind of sounds like Boo and Hercule. Remember, Boo and Hercule have part of their support locked behind their disrupt. Sure. I don't know how much I like this because you don't really want to intentionally just throw away your disrupt for additional effects like this. Not sure how much I like the design here, but I guess I understand. Nullifying attribute downgrades in normal conditions for 50 counts is really strong on this. That is really, really good. Unfortunately, it looks like that can be canceled. Okay. Destroys all of your enemy's blast cards. Reduce enemy key by 40. 20% damage inflicted by 15 counts after enemy attack is over. Applies the following effects to self when an enemy activates special move arts, ultimate arts, awaken arts, or rising rush, while this character is not defeated. Restores health by 15%, 20% health restoration, which is a permanent buff. Shortens sub count by 5. Increase Dragon Balls by 1. Why do I care about him shortening his sub count if he doesn't have endurance? Yeah. He kind of seems like a standard free character. If they were going to give him these stats, I would have preferred if they would just go all in on defense. Don't even care. I don't even just don't even give him extra damage here. Give him I don't even know, healing, health restoration. Give him endurance instead of all this stuff. I don't know. Yeah, he seems like a standard free. I mean, you know, you could probably make him work, but his teams are not great, right? He's only really on regen. Regen's going to be okay. It's not going to be anything special. All right, do we have any equips to look at? Let's see. Yeah, no new PvP season. There's no new co-op. Okay, so there's no new PvP season. There's no new co-op season, and then there's no new Rush is not resetting this week, so probably actually nothing, huh? Yeah. Yeah, looks like nothing. Okay, so no new equips this week. Next week will be the next banner. So actually, next week is a pretty big week. Next week we have a new banner. Co-op is resetting. PvP is resetting. No, actually, it's not. PvP is 3 weeks. Next week is a new banner. Co-op is resetting, and Rush is resetting. So no new PvP season until the 21st. But yeah, there should be a new banner next week. But there we go. I think Zenkai Cell actually looks pretty damn good. Piccolo seems like standard free-to-play character. You can probably make him work, but he's gonna, you know, he's not the greatest. But let me know what you guys think. If you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.